All right, my people, welcome back onto this channel. Well, this is another strong one reaching us. Time up for Adamu as Tinubu'S men push Buhari'S stooge out of APC. All right, my people, the news in details. Well, according to the news reaching us, it has been gathered that Abdullahi Adamu's ouster as national chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC has been long in coming, and the fact that he stayed almost 2 months into the presidency of Bola Tinubu is a surprise to many. The 76-year-old, who was Nasarawa state governor from 1999 to 2007, has often proven to his man politically. Well, elected in 1977 into the Constituent Assembly and then a pioneer member of the National Party of Nigeria (NPN), and then Secretary General of the party in Plateau State in 1978. He has been in politics long to know that a politician who leaves banana peels on his doorstep often falls from heat. President Tinubu saw into Adamu's uncompromising stance when the position of the national chairman of the party became vacant in 2022. While Tinubu worked tirelessly to ensure one of Adamu's successors in Nasarawa State, Umar Tanko Al-Mukara, emerged the APC national chairman, President Muhammadu Buhari and his allies used the instrument of state power to push Adamu to victory. Well, it was then clear that both Tinubu and Adamu would continue to oppose each other in all fronts, as events were later to show. Well, onto this, as soon as Adamu assumed power as the APC national chairman in March 2022, his primary task was to work with the hawks around Buhari to ensure their anointed candidate emerges as APC presidential candidate for the 2023 presidential election. The former Minister of State for Works and Housing set about his task by isolating Tinubu's political associates in the National Working Committee (NWC) of the party and then taking his orders directly from Buhari's men. To frustrate Tinubu and then other presidential aspirants who may want to challenge for the party's ticket, Adamu resisted pressure to print expressions of interest and the nomination forms and then opted to print only one form for the sole candidate to be chosen by Buhari. But after intense pressure that the opposition may capitalize on the party's infighting to win the election, other contestants, including Tinubu, were allowed into the election. As this drew close for the June presidential primary, he announced without consultation with his NWC members that then Senate President Ahmad Lawan was the consensus candidate of the party. It was the first confrontation with Tinubu, who was seen as the aspirant to beat, especially with the majority of the northern governors and almost all southwest governors on the platforms of the party supporting his presidential bid. An angry Tinubu declared during the lead-up to the primary election that it was his turn to be president, which got immediate response from an equally miffed Adamu, who said we would discipline him. Well, Lawan lost the primary, garnering only 38 votes, with Tinubu won the presidential ticket to stand as presidential candidate of the party in 2023. It was a humiliating loss for Adamu, who was expected to immediately resign his position as national chairman, but he refused. How Adamu lost Nasarawa election supported Atiku Abubakar. What Adamu could not achieve as the chairman which conducted the primary election, he aimed to achieve during the presidential election, but again he lost his polling unit, ward, local government, and then state election to opposition parties. He reportedly supported Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the presidential election, just as Buhari and his cabal were similarly believed to have preferred the PDP candidate being a fellow northerner. It was an astonishing defeat in the state which confirmed his continuous opposition to Tinubu'S candidacy. However, Tinubu was announced as the eventual winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). While running APC like so, businessman without accounting for 32 billion naira, soon revelations began to emerge about how the former Nasarawa senator was running the party as his personal estate, hoarding dissenting voices within the APC. The national vice chairman, Northwest, Saliu Lukman, began to reveal the spending of party funds without approval. He further revealed that the party made over 32 billion naira from the sale of forms, but how the money was spent was unknown. Well, post-election fight with Tinubu. As soon as the election was over and Tinubu was inaugurated, the war between the pair shifted to the election of principal officers of the National Assembly. While Adamu had deferred the honor to Tinubu, who was away in France, he soon dissociated himself from the candidate the president had reportedly endorsed to occupy the positions of the Senate President and the Deputy Speaker and the Deputy respectively, alleging that the party was not consulted. He said consultation was not adequately done and then that there was the need to revisit it to accommodate others. This was interpreted as a direct opposition to the president and then an attempt by Adamu to fight for relevance. While the president stood by his decision and then those he anointed won, Adamu again dissociated himself and the APC from other principal officers announced by the new Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Adamu said, I quote, "I am just hearing a rumor now from the online media that there have been some announcements in the Senate and House of Representatives. The national headquarters of the party, the NWC, has not given any such information or communicated about the choice of officers, and until we formally resolve and then communicate with them in writing, which is the norm and practice, it is not our intention to break away from traditions. So whatever announcement is made is not from this secretariat." Another indication of the no love lost between Adamu and Tinubu was when he shunned the meeting held between the president and the class of 99 governors at the presidential villa. 19 governors across party lines attended the meeting, which raised the ember of disagreement between him and the president. But even if the president's men had risen in condemnation of his statement about the Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, who he had described as being in extreme incapacity, his position had long been untenable. Well, having served as governor, senator, national chairman, and then other positions since the 1970s, it appears all is over for Adamu, as this could signal the end of his political adventure. Adamu's time is up. All right, and then exactly what is reaching us. Hey, my brother, my sister, this is serious. What do you think is actually going on right now? Well, with the news reaching us right now, onto this one-time hope for Adamu as Tinubu'S men push Buhari'S stooge out of APC. Well, this is politics for you. No, we already know it's a dirty game. And then as it stands right now, when the time comes, you still have to leave. Well, there is difference between PD and then APC and then CPAPC. All right, and then that's exactly what had been said by Gesto onto this one. Well, majority of people in the north voted Asiwaju because they believe he is not in the good books of PMB, or not his favorable choice for the presidency as a payback to President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, it is said that Wike should be made the chairman, please. So, all right, so that's another one. Well, meanwhile, according to an anonymous person here, say, well, very good one. Let the game begin. They were thinking that Buhari will remain in power forever. They turn Nigeria to their personal property. All right, my brother, my sister, this is so strong. Onto this one, this is exactly what is reaching us. What more can we say, my people? Meanwhile, let me have your own take on this, and remember to subscribe for more updates if you are just joining us on this channel for the first time. All right, thanks and God bless.